Hello dear students, how are you? I wish all of you will be healthy and safe. So students, now we are going to start another new unit, that is database development using MySQL. So in 11th and 12th class, you will learn a new database, that is MySQL. In 10th class, you learn MS Access. Now you have to learn a new database, that is MySQL. Okay. So before starting your database development in MySQL, you have to recall some database concepts. Okay, so what is data? So data are the individual unit of information. So data refers to a collection of unorganized facts. So here the facts, the data is not organized. Okay, that's why we call it as unorganized facts. Okay, the information may be in the form of text. Your data may be in the form of text or text documents, images, audio clips, software program, or any other type of data. So for example, here I have the data in the form of numbers. It is unorganized fact because you don't know about these numbers. Okay. Now, next one is information. So meaningful piece of data is called information. Meaningful piece of data is called information. Here you don't know about the data, but if you write down here, for example, maths marks. Okay, now these are the numbers belongs to maths marks. Now it is the information. Okay. So when we make sense out of the data through manipulating in some way, we say it information. That means the processing data is known as information. Okay. So next is database. What is database? The database is the collection of interrelated data. The data which is interrelated with each other, it makes a database. Okay. So there are databases available to many users. This is the use of database. Okay. So it is a warehouse of information, just like go down of information. Here the information is stored. Okay. Once it is defined, once you have created the database, it can be accessed by various users. Okay. For example, whenever you search the information using Google, so Google stores the information in the form of database and many users can access that information. Okay. So next one is database management system. Okay. So what is database management system? In short, we call it DBMS. Okay. So it refers to a software. Okay, that is responsible for storing, maintaining, and utilizing databases. Okay, to maintain the database, to manipulate the database, you need a software. So that particular software is known as database management system, a system that is used to manage the database. It is known as database management system. Okay, just for example, MS Access you have studied about in 10th class. In 11th class you will learn MySQL. Okay, except these we have various database also, like database DBMS, like Oracle, Sybase, SQLite, PostgreSQL, etc., and many more. Okay, so in this unit we will focus on MySQL. Okay. So next, what are the advantage of DBMS? Why we are using DBMS? Why we are using a software to maintain the database? There are a lot of advantage of using DBMS. First point is minimizing data redundancy. What is data redundancy? Recall it. The data duplication is known as data redundancy. Okay. The whole data is stored only once at a single place, so there is no chance of duplicate data. Since your information in a database is stored in a single place, so there is no chance of duplication of data. So this is the advantage, main advantage of DBMS: minimize data redundancy. And sharing of data, once you have defined the data, you can share the data to many users. Okay. So data consistency. Consistency means there is no error in the data. Okay. So data consistency means if you want to update the data in any files, then all the files should not be updated again. Once you have updated, so there is no need to update all the files. So this is known as data consistency. Okay. As in DBMS, data is stored in a single database, so data becomes more consistent. So you have to update the data only in one file. There is no need to update the data in multiple places. So updated values are available to all the users immediately. Okay. So this is called data consistency. What is data integrity? So DBMS allows integrity, makes it easy to decrease data duplicacy. Okay, so this is advantage of data DBMS is data redundancy and data consistency. If your data is redundant and consistent, it makes data integrate. Okay, so data integration reduces the redundancy as well as data inconsistency. Okay, if we have reduced data and consistent data, it makes data integrate. And search capability, this is the main advantage of DBMS. Okay, within few seconds you can search the information from the millions of records. Okay, so users of database may require to fetch data from the database. So this is the advantage of database. Whenever you need the information, you can access, you can search the information immediately. Okay, so there are numerous queries users may ask about the data. So search speed of the database must be fast to produce quick data. Okay, so whenever you search the information using Google search engine, so you retrieve the information within few seconds. So this is only by using DBMS. Okay, and simplicity, so DBMS is very simple for its users to use it. Okay, so using the database, it's very simple. So all the operations like insert, adding the data, deleting the data, creating the database, and updation of the record is very easy to implement. So all these are the advantage of DBMS. Okay, and the security, so security, so data in database should be kept secure and safe to unauthorized modification. So using DBMS you can secure the data, so unauthorized users cannot modify your data. Only authorized users should have the grant to access the database. Only authorized user have the permission to access the database, to manipulate the database, to modify the database. Okay, so DBMS always keep your database tamper proof, means to control the modification, and secure and theft free. Okay, so next topic is relational database model. Okay, so here the relation means table. So in relational model, data is organized into tables. In relational model, your data is stored in the form of tables. Okay, these tables are called relations. A row in a table represent relationship among a set of values. So in a database you have a row. Okay, so in a row we have multiple values, so all these values are interrelated with each other. So in relational model, rows are called tuples and columns are called attributes. For example, in this table you have fields, so these are called attributes and these records are called tuples. Okay, so some basic terms like table, you know what is table? Table is the collection of rows and column. Or but in a DBM, in a database, table is the basic element of any database. Any database contains at least one table. If you are creating a database, first you have create a table. Without table there will be no database. Okay, so we can call it the container of information. Your information is stored in the table, that's why we are calling it basic element of any database. So a table contains rows and column. Here you have the table, or the table has multiple fields and multiple records. Okay, so it makes a table. Okay, so you have to remember the horizontal lines are called records and vertical lines are called fields or attributes. Okay, so records are the rows representing one complete unit of information, and these are the columns containing one type of information. Now you can see these vertical lines are called columns, fields, and these horizontal lines are called rows or records. Okay, next one is degree. What is degree? Number of fields in a table are called degree. Okay, number of attributes or column in a relation. What is relation? In a table is called degree of a relation. Okay, cardinality. What is cardinality? The number of tuples or rows. The another name of record is tuples. So how many records we have? We have 2. So here the cardinality is 2. And how many fields we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So degree is 5. Okay. Views. Next one is views is the virtual table. Okay, that does not exist in the own right, but it is derived from one or more tables depending upon a condition. So the table is the real container of the information, and views is a virtual container of information. Okay, it is temporary. Okay, so these are the basic terms related to data. Next is all about keys. Okay, so all these things I have taught you in 10th class, but now I am all repeating it again. So all about keys. So first is, what is primary key? You know what is the use of primary key? So primary key is used to stop the duplicacy of data. Okay, and that uniquely identifies each record. So how can we identify each record? So each record is identified by using primary key. Okay, so primary key does not accept null values and must always have a unique value. Okay, so it is used to relate a table to foreign key also. So this is the use of primary key. So how many types of primary key we have? We have three types of primary key. Auto number primary key in a data. Whenever you create a table, if you assign auto number data type, so it is a auto number primary key. It refers to key whose value is incremented by 1. So whenever you select the data type auto number, and whenever you add a new record, the number is automatically increased by 1. So that is called auto number primary key. The single field primary key, if you assign a primary key to a single field in a table, that is called single field primary key. Multi-field primary key or composite key. Another name of multi-field primary key is composite key. If the primary key is assigned to many fields in a table, it is known as multi-field primary key. Okay. So next one is candidate key. Okay. So before understanding candidate key, you should remember about the primary key. It will be clear about the primary key. So in a table, if you have a field, that value must be unique. It should be unique. Okay. So that is called primary key. For example, here in this table you have multiple fields. Now in this table you have multiple fields like admission number, student name, class, date of birth and mobile number. But in this field admission number, the value of admission number should be unique. Okay, so this is the proper appropriate field to assign the primary key. Okay, your student name may be repeated, so it is not a field to, it has not the ability to get the primary key. Class, maybe it will be repeated, so it is not the appropriate field to get the primary key. Date of birth and mobile number may be repeated if if two or more than two siblings are in the same class or in the school. Okay, so in this case mobile number may be repeated, so that's why the admission number has the ability to get the primary key. Okay, so now candidate keys. So in a table there may be many fields which has the ability to become the primary keys. So all these fields are called candidate keys. Now let's see the example. So in this table you have admission number, Aadhaar number and account number. So admission number will be unique, Aadhaar number will be unique and account number will be unique. Okay, so now we have three fields to provide the primary key. But okay, so all these fields are candidate keys. Okay, so in the above example there are three fields which have the unique values, that is admission number, Aadhaar number and account number. So all these fields have the ability to assign the primary key. That's why we call it candidate keys. Okay, so alternate key. So from the candidate, if you select a field to assign the primary key, and then remaining fields will be your alternate keys. Okay, so in the above example, if you select admission number, to assign the primary key, the remaining field Aadhaar number and account number will be your alternate key. Clear? Okay. Now foreign key. What is foreign? Foreign key is an attribute or combination of attributes in a table whose values match a primary key in another table. That's why primary key in another table, that's why we are calling it a foreign key. Okay, so foreign keys allow null values and duplicate values also. Okay, now here this is the table related to student info and this is the table related to marks info. Okay, so here the admission number is has the primary key, but here the admission number, in another table you have the field admission number. Okay, so this data, for example here a student has marks 78 here. if you want to get the information about who has got the mark 78 in mathematics, so then you will go to 1 2 3 4. But what is the name of 1 2 3 4? So in this table you are not getting about the details of 1 2 3 4. So for this you have to go to the student info. So 1 2 3 4 is Akash Sharma. So in this case all these two tables are related with each other to admission number to this admission number. So in this case primary key is assigned to that field. Here the data is not duplicated and this field is foreign key. So okay, so here the data may be repeated, okay, but there is no chance to repeat it, but it may be repeated, but here there is no chance to repeat the data. Okay, so in this case this is the primary key, and the primary key, that's the same matching field in another table is makes a foreign key. Clear? Okay, so what is referential integrity? So it is the system of rules that DBMS uses to ensure that relationship between records in related tables are valid and the users don't accidentally delete or change the related data. Okay, for example, here you have the table here and you have the table here. If you delete this record, so it is not possible to delete this record because this record is related to this record. If you delete this record, then in this case the whole record will be deleted. Okay, so using referential integrity, all these records are bounded with each other. Okay, so this is called referential integrity. I think enough for this session, and you have note down the notes and watch the video again and again to know about all the fields. Okay, thank you students, have a nice day, be healthy, be safe.